Okay.
Okay.
You went online.
Online. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and giving your time for my presentation. So I'm not going through very in detail about my literature review and the existing time management, personal time management. So I'm going like in the very general idea and the main point of each part, which is more related to my project. And then I'm going to introduce my methodology, my tools, my new method for the self-prioritizing management. So during 2-3 decades, by growing the technology, there is an increasing of the demand of the people for immediate service or the production. So which means it accelerates the life. What does that mean? That you accelerate the life, which means that people is doing things faster, or they doing the compression, the action. For example, they're doing the voice call, or for example, meeting, video call during their lunch. So they're doing multiple tasks at the same time. All of those is confirm how time management is becomes important nowadays. There is 100,000 different applications in the market with claim about that they can help the people for prioritizing their task, making to-do list. It has a reminder, it has a location that is give you how, so what is the distance to reaching your resources or doing another meeting or all that. But and everybody like you and me, we always be using those kind of the application, but unfortunately, people they're starting switching from one application to the another application because they can't find which task it should be done over another activity over another task. So what is the really method or which application is really or literally help people to prioritize their tasks, to manage their time and reaching to their goal and all the tasks they want to do at the same time and their daily life. Sorry. It's very interesting presentation of Laura Vanderkamp. If you didn't see that in the TED, and I invite you to for sure going and see her presentation. She's like a researcher for the time management. She has a lot of books that she wrote about the time management. And in her presentation, she said that everybody thinks that I'm using a trick or something or is something specific to manage my time, to save my time here or there, to find extra time doing, for example, the presentation or writing a book and all that. And everybody thinks that she's an on-time person, which is she's not. She has 4 small children, and she's like every other, like any other normal people. She has a difficulty for managing her time. It's very interesting when she talked with the magazine, and the magazine they try to help the readers to find extra hours to reading their magazine. They said, okay, the idea is that if you shave bits of time for every single activity on your day and add it up, you find extra hours for doing a good exercise or reading an article or book or extra things. But the idea is totally is backward when she reading and she is studying on the scheduling on the hours per hours on the people who's very successful. They are business women. She studying on the woman because they have a children, they're doing a work at home, and at the same time they have a business outside of the house. It's very interesting. She said that the idea of saving shave bits of time and there and then and add it up to finally get extra hours for the people who is very successful is wrong. It's totally backward. What this means backward? She said that we don't build the lives we want by saving time. We build the lives we want and then time saved itself. So that means, that sentence, what it means? She has an example. She interviewed with the very successful businesswoman, and that one, she said, one Wednesday night, I go back home and to find something, and I found out that my water heater has been broken. So I have no water all over my basement. It's caught, the water is caught, and there is a huge and mess damage in all over my basement. So she has to deal with that treat, I can say, right now. So she had to call the plumber for fixing the water heater. She should call the professional cleaner for her ruined carpet and all that. And she has scheduled all the time that she has spent for fixing this problem. At the end of the week, that woman finds 7 hours extra in her week, which means 7 hours extra she found in her week. So you don't need to shave it up the time by every single activity to find extra time for doing the extra things or doing a good stuff. You build your life in the good things in the good manner, and the time is gonna save by itself. So some people, they said, okay, it's you can, for example, for the shaving up your time, you can say, okay, instead of watching your uh, favorite show in the television, that's every 15, 20 minutes there is a commercial, you can watch it in the YouTube, and you just fast forward the commercial when it's come up, and then you can save 8 minutes every per hour, half of hours, so which means 2 hours watching the television. You can watch it on YouTube and save in 32 minutes of your time, which is, it's not work actually, because people wants to watching the TV, or maybe sometimes the people say, okay, I'm gonna watch less TV, but it's not actually, it's work for the people, and you told me, okay, if you wanna have a time, don't watch TV, okay? So based on the literature review, there is a different personal time management method. First of them is planning. People planning their task or activity based on the resources. For example, they say, okay, who, how, and when and where this activity should be done. So they plan it, just planning where it should be done. The second type of the personal time management, the literature review, is prioritizing. When the people, because of the based on the limited of the resources, like time is limited resources, they are scheduling, they prioritizing their tasks, but it's become very difficult for the people when they want to get prioritizing everything, and for them everything is important and urgent. Another type of personal time task management is scheduling, which is related to the planning. You just allocate the time, which day or which hours you want to do that activity that you planned. And the last one is cognitive offloading or list making, which is people mostly using like a post-it. Because for the people it's quicker, it's faster, it's visual for them, and they can is work like a reminder. So based on all of them, the literature review find that people is getting tired to using the application in some moment, and they prefer to using a paper version, like doing a post-it or writing in the piece of paper, or something that's visual and they can manage it by itself. So all of those, this is my proposed methodology. It's self-prioritizing management, which is, I call it house in goal hierarchy. What does that mean? House in goal hierarchy is my methodology, which is, you have it in the booklet that you in front of you. It has three main parts. The first part is the annual look. In an annual look, you have just in 2 pages, you have all 12 months of the 1 year. And in this look, you can allocate it the specific and very important dates. For example, your appointment, the birthday or the specific event, for example, the anniversary or something, you can point it out here. And this is help the people to having a general and view of what's going on in their month and also in their year. The second look is the parking lot. I'm using a parking lot like making list. Parking lot is like brain brown. Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
Parking lot, and it's okay. Parking lot is work like a brain brown, which means this is located in at the first of each month. These pages, which is before you starting that month, you writing down every single activity or every single task that you wanna do. You wanna do it on that month, but you are not sure in which day you wanna do it. But sometimes you know in which week there is a deadline. For example, you can assign it in week one. I have to finish this homework or this project, or you should just write it down. So because next month, not this month, then the month after, I have a deadline for a conference, or I have writing a report, or my thesis, for example, I have to submit this, so I have to write it down what I have to do in this month that I can reach on that time. And the main part and the important part is the daily look. This is the house. So everybody asks me why you call it house, because every single moment or every single activity or every single task that you want to do in your daily life, it's happen, especially by unexpected events. Somebody is like the door, they're coming and ask you for something. So it's unexpected event or unexpected task or requirement. So you write it down here. So it's like your house, your life here. So for example, for this reason, I did it at the shape of the house, because this is your life. This is your daily life. So this is for this reason I shape it as a house, and I call it house in goal hierarchy, because by the hierarchy, by respecting your goal, your vision value, you're reaching to your final goal, which is, for example, you be successful, you finish in time, and all that. So I'm gonna going through in detail each part. What's that mean? The first part is vision value. Do you have any idea of what does that mean? Vision value. Yeah. Go ahead.
Vision is, if I remember correctly, so where you wanna get, where you wanna get. Mission is so what you're gonna do to do this, and value it says important characteristic,
Exactly.
personal characteristic
Exactly.
you have to,
Yeah, thank you.
help on this.
Exactly. So vision is where you're gonna be in the future. For example, in 2020, I want to finish my PhD, for example. In 2022, I want to buy a house. Okay, it could be not one vision for sure. You have a vision for your career, you have a vision for your personal life, you have a vision for your studies, so it could be different. So what is your vision in the future you want to get on that moment, or what is your goal, future goal, I can say. So based on that, as Rafael said, what is your vision? How you can reach to that vision? For example, I want to learn French. I want to talk French fluently at the end of 2019. That's my vision. Yeah, that's the Mila's vision also. So
Me too.
for you too. So what should we do? We should study. That's our vision. Vision, which means that if I want to be like talking fluently French, which means niveau 5 or niveau 6. So for the vision, I have to take a course every month. I have to follow up my course. So if you take in a course, you follow your course, which means you can measure how much you reach to that vision. Okay? Or for example, I want to buy a house here in Montreal. So I should save money. So what should we do? So I know that, okay, asking question from my friends who have experience here. They bought a house. So I ask him how much you pay to the bank, how much you saved. That bank give you a loan and all that. So based on that, I can put a plan. It's like a planning. You plan. You are scheduling. Okay, I'm gonna save, for example, $20 per month, for example, or per week, for example, to reach on that goal to buy my house. And the value is your personal value, what you care about. I care about my family. I care about my friend. I like to be in the team working. I have a sympathy. I have, that's all could be your value. So these three concepts. The second part is expectation, requirement, opportunity, threat. That's the unexpected events or things happen to you in your daily life. Expectation. What does that mean, expectation? For example, I come to your office, like for example, I send you a message on the messenger or with some of you I talk face to face and I ask you, could you please take your time and give me your time and come to my presentation? This is expectation. So if it's not aligned with your vision value, especially value, it depends what type of the expectation you receive. You can say no. But if like other people didn't have the time, so they can't make it, so they are not here. But if I ask you if you can, and you see, okay, it's my value line, I care about my friend, my the team working and all that, maybe it's helped me, give me an idea, maybe. So you accept it and you add it on your my list. What is the requirement? Requirement is also is asking by the difference between the expectation and the requirement. I can just precise a little bit. You can say the expectation a little bit higher than requirement. For example, your professor asks you to write the article and submitted an article for a conference which is in 2 days. He told you you have to do that. So there is no saying you can say no, or maybe you can say no, I don't know, but you should consider what's the impact it's going to be if you say no to this expectation. Or your family member, for example, ask you for help, for example. It has any impact if you say no to that family member is going to have a revenge maybe after that, I don't know, you know? Opportunity and threat. Those two is a new things I can say or new activity which is help people uh, improve their knowledge for the opportunity, improve their capacity, maybe improve their something that they didn't have before. For example, if somebody told you, okay, there is a workshop about, for example, learning Zotero. So it's long term you want to learn Zotero, for example, or EndNote. There is a workshop free, and the time that you have, you can go there. So this is opportunity, so you take it. Threat is gonna be like an example of Laura, the businesswoman. When she found the heater water is broken, that's the threat. You can't just let it by himself or the problem not to solve it. You have to solve it because it's a threat. Maybe it has a big impact. If she didn't fix the water heater, for sure it's gonna have huge and more damage on her house, right? So the reason that I talk about those seven concepts is the new concept. Is not a new concept, but I propose it at the same time because those seven concepts help people to understand which task they should ask, they should add it on their list. And if something happened based on expectation, requirement, with an opportunity, they know how to reprioritize it. If it's not aligned with their vision value, for sure, they're not gonna answer, they're not gonna react on that. If it was aligned with their vision value, they're gonna respect and they're gonna react on that and gonna add on my list. The third part is my list. you have before in this my list, you have a parking lot at the beginning of your month. So every single day, you can go through on your parking lot and you just look in your parking lot which task you write it down. So is it a time to do it today or not? If you wanna do it, you're gonna add it here. And for sure you have the extra things to do in your daily life, or the unexpected things, or maybe you change your plan and all that. You wanna write it down here. So, and the fourth part, you have a list. It doesn't mean that you're gonna do all of them. So you have your list, maybe 6, 7, 8, 4, 3. It doesn't matter how many tasks or activities you write it down on your mind list. But this, when you prioritize your list, that's your prioritized action, which means you prioritize it, your task, which one you want to do it on your daily life. So again, this my list is gonna be correspond with the vision value, and unexpected things or events that happen to you is affected on how you prioritize your task. Okay?
So I have the list, and
Yeah.
then I have to reorder it.
Yeah, you just write it down, all of your tasks, and then based on your value, vision value, or maybe some of this is unexpected things happen to you, this requirement expectation.
But the first square is for the list. And
yeah,
then
you just write it down. It doesn't have any order. You just write it down what type of task you want to do today. Okay?
And the right square is just the same task that I have in that, but order it.
Yes, for example, you have the third task, you want to do it first. The first one, you want to do it in the third task, so you prioritize it. You just write it down, what you want to do, and then you got to think and decide based on my vision value and what's happening in my life, in my daily life. So I'm going to prioritize it. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm using some key symbol, which is free for some of people, just to visualize the status of each task. For example, the task is going to be square, even circle. So it just starting, complete, is every people, it has a different, so you can change it, you can use it the same. You can eliminate some of them using some importance. So it depends to the user how you want to use it. I just proposing the key symbol just to prioritize which task. So for example, at the end of the day, you can see, okay, I did 2 tasks, I completed, I starting one of them, but I can't finish it. What is the migrated means? For example, when you write in a task here, but you didn't prioritize it, which means you didn't do that, okay? So you have to migrate it to the another day. If you know the day, for example, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, you're gonna write it down on the daily list of the dates that you wanna do. If you don't know, this task, which is migrated, is gonna add on your parking list. Okay? And the day after, every time you wanna prioritize or writing your things, you look in your parking list. If there is anything you wanna do, you're gonna add it here. I added a current look of the month and the next month. In the some point, in the some user, this too, it wasn't existing in my first version. That's the second version that I proposed here. It wasn't here. Some of you saw my first version because some people they wanna see what if they wanna migrate it, if they wanna starting something, they wanna see where they are and how many days is left, or maybe for the next month, how many weeks they have based on the deadline. Sometimes it's difficult to counting how many days you have based on your deadline. So this is give you like a visual vision where you are and where you want to go in the future, in your next month. And there is a note if there is anything specific, for example, as a reminder. It's not a mind list or all that, but it's just a reminder. For example, having a call or asking somebody for something is just very specific, is very small that you didn't consider it as a list in your mind list. You don't want to add it. So there is a note, is an extra place it just to write it down, your reminder or whatever you want. And the last part, which is the important part, is my reward. Everybody, I think all of you agree, we are always waiting for saying, giving thank you or mercy from others people. We never say thank you to ourselves. If you do that, yeah? What is your reward?
Today?
Yeah.
To come here, the food.
No. For example, if you finish your task, if you have a very good day.
Maybe watch TV at the end of the
exactly.
Watch a movie.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Is this back on the number 5, the current months and next months?
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
Just explain why, what is it?
Yes.
Some people, they want to see in my first version of my test, I found that some people, they want to know where they are.
Okay.
And sometimes they want to schedule, they want to migrate it, they want to see where they want to put it, okay? So they gave them the idea, if there is, for example, the deadline, and instead of counting, okay, this month is 31, 32, 30 days or 26 days, okay, no, to counting, they have a visual, so they can count it and they can find out where they want to put it, their task, or they don't want.
So you limit it just for the next month, not for a couple of months later?
No, just for the next month.
Okay.
If there is anything that you wanna see more, you can go through on your annual book. There is an annual book. The first page of your booklet is the 2 pages left of us, and each page has 6 months, so you can see where you wanna go. And exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is the reward. Sometimes some people, they ask me, it's difficult for us to giving ourselves a reward. So we don't have money to buy something. I told him it doesn't matter. It depends to the people actually. If you have money, maybe you saw, for example, a beautiful robe you want to buy for yourself. If you was satisfied of yourself, if you reach to your capacity. But sometimes you're just smelling coffee. You're just drinking a very good coffee. So you finding extra time to make a good coffee for yourself, or watching TV, or coming to the meeting and eating the food.
Yeah, but the food is more the treat.
Yeah. That's the treat. So if you don't come, you're gonna miss the food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the. Sure.
Another question. The daily look is kind of another task that we need to add in our task management system that you are going to talk. Is it another kind of task? For example, you are telling us that we need to do it every day to complete.
Yeah.
So it's another different task, right? So we need to schedule in our...
No. Look, those parts, especially vision value, for sure is going to be fixed maybe for 6 months.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
But maybe one day you're adding one vision, or you're changing your plan. For example, I was in PhD, so my plan was about my PhD. When I changed my program to the master, for sure my vision is changed.
Exactly.
So at the one moment, my vision is changed. So maybe in the every day, so you're gonna just like doing same, or you're gonna write it down. All of your vision value, which is I recommend you to write it down, because even by the keyword, just one word, because it gives you the idea and motivation to how to doing your task on your daily life to reaching on that vision. It's very important, that vision, that's your future goal. Okay? So that's. Can I answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So I give you more explanation about what does it mean, the expectation in the literature review. In the literature review, maybe some of you are gonna laugh on that based on my experience. So, for example, you imagine your professor, your connection between your professor and yourself. Sometimes he asks you elastic expectation, which means it's you can do it, but you need to put more effort. You need to work extra of your capacity. Maybe you should continue working at home, or maybe it's fuzzy. For sure, it's happened for you. Sometimes your director or your friend asks you for something which is he's not really sure that he wants it or not, or is it good or not. So it means you should do it extra work. You do it, and then he change his mind and say, "Oh no, forget it." No, that's the fuzzy. Yeah. There is a difference. It's official, unofficial, precise, is implicit, expressive. So that's in the literature review. It's just in detail what the expectation is. And about the requirement in the literature review is talking about the technical requirement, which is somebody asks you something technical. For example, you know some specific software, and your colleague or your professor asks you to help him to doing something, or is it like based on the situation? This is mostly is happening in the company when you dealing with the customer. That customer, based on his situation, which is changed, he asks you or require you to change the contract or the work or the small things. It could be based on the method requirement in some point. It's in the university or in the future when you're going to the work in the company or organization, they ask you how you want to reach to this target. For example, they ask you a specific target, but the method that you want to choose, that's very important for them. But sometimes it's just the target is important. For the manager or the boss, it doesn't matter how you do that. It's told you, if you reach to the 20% improvement, yes or no? If you reach to the 19%, that's not good. But sometimes for them, the method is important, but sometimes for them is the goal of methodology. I just changed a little bit those concepts because those is generally in the between human in the organization, the official places. But I told you in my tools, in my daily look, is the requirement and the expectation. It could be everything. It could be between you and your family member, between you and your friends. So it doesn't matter. It's not here. I just give you the other vision of my literature review. Yeah. Thank you. So if you have any question, I would like to know what is your main point, what is your connection with this tree vision, or what is your improvement point you think that I should improve it, I should add it, or maybe you didn't connect it with some point, you don't need it, you want to eliminate it. No. Just help me for that.
I like it. I try to use it. I'm writing it right now a little bit. My actions I did not yesterday, but it's really good. I think you should take this video, put online, do agendas, and sell it. It's true because there's a lot of agendas there.
Yes.
And people like agendas, and
Yeah.
this is a very good, a good one to sell.
Thank you so much.
Make it beautiful. You can sell it.
Thank you. Actually, the main point of this is helping people to self-prioritize their time management, their time or their task based on 7 concepts because we have a different type of the application. So the difficult part, I told you, is happened for all of us. My problem also as well. I don't know which task should be over another task, which is all of that is important, urgent for me. And also some researchers, they said, okay, you can say based on important and urgent. For me, the concept of important urgent is still not clear. Sometimes I say, okay, this test is important or urgent. What does that mean, important or urgent? The word, what does that mean? But if you have a your vision, value, for sure you know how you should prioritize your task and what type of task you should reply or react based on the expectation, requirement, threat, and opportunity.
Just thinking like your example of the girl, it's Samuel is always giving the example. Oh, we don't have time. But if you break your arm, you find your time.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, okay, you find 7 hours, but you delay other stuff too. Normally, you be excused if I have a health problem. Next week, I say I didn't. Okay, I found time, but I didn't finish my test.
Okay. But
Because I put time on the other things. So
exactly.
we have a quantity of time. Something I need to cut, or it's a reward, or it's there.
For sure. For sure. If there is something based on requirement, threat, opportunity, and all that is happened to you, you have 6 tasks, so you have to cut 2 or 3 of them and migrate it in another day.
It's hard to say I had an emergency.
But the question is which one you want to migrate it. That's the which one, that means that you prioritize. You know which one is important than another one. Which one is should be going over than another one.
So it's a limit of 6 tasks per day? Why just 6?
No, I just saying the example.
Oh, okay.
It could be 3, it could be 4, based on the capacity and
okay.
yeah. But the things, the idea that I don't have a time, that's not true. Time is elastic. Time is really elastic. If you wanna doing something, for sure you find if you having a proper, a good manner for prioritizing, for doing your task and having focus on your task when you're doing that, for sure you reach your capacity.
But maybe this is a good question, how many tasks we could do in a day. Because if you put a list of 20 tasks, maybe it's not good too.
Exactly. There is a literature about the number of the task. People, they said, because if you lost your focus, it takes around, I think, average 30 minutes that you come back to the same focus that you had. So it's better to have maximum 4 tasks. But 3 main, I can say 3 main big, okay, 3 or 4 big tasks, which is you can keep a space for the others unexpected events. And then at the end of the day, so you have your parking lot. If you have a time to do, you can take from your parking lot and add it on your list and prioritize it.
Okay. I have another question. What's the clock in the middle between the list and the...
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you. So at some point, I asked the people because they asked me, so I need to have a schedule to write it down and align it from 8 to 10. I'm gonna do this, So that's the clock. You can add in your time, for example, 8, 9, 10, and then when you just changing, you just doing by the quotient and allocated the time that you want. If you can use it, if you don't want it, it doesn't matter. Some people, they just prioritize the task. It's difficult for them to estimate how much they want to spend. So on that time, you don't need to use that. If you know how much time you want to spend on the specific activity, so you can align the time.
You know what would be amazing is you do an app for an application for
that,
your mobile.
Exactly. I was thinking about that. I'm gonna starting working on the application of this because some point, for example, if you change something in your annual look, you assigning a specific date, for example, birthday appointment, is automatically is gonna show on your parking lot and your daily life, the months everywhere. And also, if I do in the application, which is my plan to do it at the end of this month, starting to do that, these 2 is gonna be 1. So you have your list and you prioritize in the one list. So you don't need to move it in the different lists. You have your list and then you just click it which one is first, which one is second. Yeah.
Or maybe if we can put a side of each words like a star, then we can rate them as a user that, okay, it has 4 stars for me, 3 stars.
Yeah.
So then,
that's a good idea.
yeah, the application can automatically reorder them based on the
Exactly.
rating that the user gives back to the software.
Yeah, it's good. And also, there is a possibility to share because at some point people they have some task in their list, but they are living with the family, so they're just writing down the task and they want to share with their partner, husband, mother, father, or sibling, just to if they can do it and they're gonna do it. For example, number 3, my brother he wanna do number 3 and he gonna said completed. And you put a sign of completing and I can see, okay, if this task is completed. You know? So it has a possibility to share your task or your my list with others people. Do you have any point that you want to improve it or you don't connect it with some of point of here or about the design, about the shape, I don't know. Any improvement points?
I just wanted to say I really enjoy the fact that you put something to kind of manage the unexpected things that happen because it's what I think often lacks in personal time management tools. The thing that I don't really see is like you put the current month, next month thing, and like I don't. Yeah, I understand the need to have like kind of a global view of the months of the year, but I don't understand how it's gonna help me plan my tasks because on these things I don't see like the deadlines that I have or my point is maybe if we get to design paper, if we could have like something that you can just take kind of out of it, and like when you have your paper and you have it on the side and you have like kind of your annual look here, and then you have all your month, and you don't need to have it on the house, but you have it on the side, and then you can say, okay, this is her birthday, and then this is her thing. You see my
yeah, I understand. So you mean that instead of having on each day, we can have it in the version paper, so it's gonna be like folded paper that's having an annual look in each pages, so it's folded. If you want it, you can just open it and you see what's there.
Yeah, you can have it like at the end of the booklet, and then you can open it and say, okay, so today, okay, so this is this day and this is this day. And I think it could be more relevant because then you see, like, you can see on your annual look, okay, this weekend I'm not here, and this weekend I've done that, and this day, this is my sister's anniversary, so I need to think of sending her a card.
Yeah.
You know?
I understand. So, yeah, I got to the point. That's a good idea, but I'm gonna think about it for sure.
Yeah, it was just an idea.
But the problem, I can't add the annual look for each paper, for each.
Yeah, but my point is like you can just add it at the end of the booklet.
There is at the first of the booklet.
Yeah, but like if you add it like in this format at the end of the booklet, and then or like in a separate, like not tight, like not included totally in the booklet, just as a separate paper, then I can just have it next to my booklet and say, okay, so I have this and this and this, so to do this again. But just an idea like that.
Okay. I'm gonna think about it. Thank
In the same way, it's a small one to write the actions.
Yeah, I know
here.
it's small, but that's the test version for sure. It's gonna be at the big for a lot of people. It's gonna be like an A4, like a real
booklet. I normally write it here.
Like a real booklet, but this one just for saving money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, any other points?
What I'm wondering about the expectation and requirements you have mentioned, is that okay for, is it a daily base? Excuse me. I'm writing my list daily at the moment. Okay, so I try to reorder them based on their priority. But suddenly at the midday, I have some expectation or some requirements. So do I have daily to rewrite them, or is it something like that?
Okay, so before I answer your question, I have to say in the parentheses, maybe it's better. If you search for the like how to manage their time, one of maybe on the third or fourth way for prioritizing or managing your time is learning to say no. So it's very important. People sometimes have a difficulty to say no.
But so you cannot always say to your professor no.
Why not? Sometimes you have
to. Yeah, it's like
that.
that opportunity and treat you mentioned.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, it depends how you're gonna put that requirement. Or if there is an expectation, it's forcement, and you see, so there is an opportunity. You have one more article, for example, it asks you for help to write in an article, which is the deadline in 2 days, and he needs your help, so you're gonna add your name. That's the opportunity. That's the expectation, which has opportunity for you. Because this expectation is aligned with your vision. To finish your PhD, you need an article.
Okay, so this experience, expectations, at the same time can be either opportunity or threat.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it could be it could be a mix between two and three. So it depends on how you're gonna see that and how it's gonna be correspond with your vision value. And based on them, it's very important that user learn to say no in some point.
Okay, so if we can see from this review, so why we need to write down them here into this?
Because you should know what's happened in your daily life. At the end of your day, so you can say, okay, today I had my list. I had 3 main my list. I did my 3 main tasks, and I answered the requirement or expectation. I used the opportunity. I solved one of the main problems happened in my day. So I'm super happy.
So somehow you want to see your activities.
So it's gonna be like
deal with them.
Yeah.
Now you explain that I was doing vision and mission and value. I'm trying to adapt it for my day, not exactly. We can do the beginning of the year, the vision for the year, mission for the year, but I'm trying to do every day. Okay, the mission of today is learn more about something. So it's not a finish my PhD today, but it's learn about something or finish something, and so it's a mission for it. So you have the expectation, treat, opportunity for today.
Yeah.
We will take more time to do this, to think about it, and then just write in a task. Right? So, to do this, I take 15 minutes. Or less, 20 minutes.
At the beginning, I was struggling with that, maybe more than 15 minutes. Okay? But I have the same experience with my mother. She has a lot of things to do. She's super active at home. And at the end of the night, she said, oh, I have a lot of things else to do. I didn't reach my goal. I didn't do that. Okay, so doesn't matter. Well, which one was your priority? I said, okay, I don't know. So she didn't know what she wants to do. But now I told her, what is your vision? I said, okay, I want to learn English. I want to learn French. So for that, you have to watch YouTube learning English or French per week twice. And based on that, is you're ready also to helping your children, to helping yourself also. It's not just yourself. You should care about yourself. So based on that, on your day, you have to do. And now she finished at 10. At 10 p.m., she finished all her work. And she's doing like she's watching Instagram or show or something else. So I saw these changes, which is, for me, it was incredible. I didn't believe that, but I saw it as, yeah, at the beginning, we have a problem to find our capacity, to how understand what is our vision level. But by the time I can promise to you, and maybe it's better to tell you paraphrase it like this, I can promise to you, you can be better to understand how to define your vision and value, how to understand this is the expectation, requirement, threat, opportunity, and how you should write it down, your risk and your prioritize.
So I think that we need to make my reward sharper.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
when I reach something, I need to know about the value of reaching to encourage me to do another task.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And at the end, for example, annual report, I can see what things I reach, and then give me a lot of positive
for sure
energy to go further. Because when we reach something, we forget about the value of the stuff. We go for a next step of our goal. So we need to know where exactly we are now and what we done, what we did. Then this is very valuable for me.
And the other things that maybe is funny, but it's true. Sometimes some people, they told me, I consider my reward before I started my day. I said, okay, if I reach this my day, my prioritizing, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna watch this movie, or I'm gonna go out and go into the cinema. So it's he or she, I'm not gonna say what the gender, but she has a motivation of, he has a motivation to doing his list and prioritizing and reaching his goal, because he has something in his mind. It's like his vision for today, at the end of this day, so his future goal. I'm going to the cinema with my friend if I reach my capacity.
Maybe the point was more also to have a reward associated to a task, more than completing each task, like the task you plan on the day. Like, for example, at the moment I have a task which is writing my thesis, and when I do finish this, I'm gonna give myself a big reward because it's a long-lasting task.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes I have tasks that is like thing to answer the email of blah blah blah. It's not the same kind of
I agree. Some type of the task which is related response to the personal, and you cannot put a time with that. In the literature, it's called solo activity. Solo activity is like writing an article, writing a thesis, which is we cannot put a specific time, but we know that the deadline, but we cannot put a specific time, like 2 hours, 3 hours per day. I'm gonna do on that, but you are not sure you're gonna reach your goal or not. I agree with that. So it should be, actually might be different the reward when you reach into some specific activity or task than another. That's all. It depends on the user how you wanna put a reward. But it's very important that you give yourself a reward, not waiting for your supervisor or your colleague to tell you thank you, or let's go out having fun together. It's very important every single people is care about himself or herself also.
And of course, when you write a conference paper, you have time to go to other countries or other cities to spend your time there. So this is the reward for writing paper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Any suggestion? Is it time's up for you? Is time done?
Well, this is more personal.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Okay, it's not something you can really use at work, right?
No, it's called personal time management. Yeah, exactly. It's personal. Because I believe that each person is the best scheduler for himself. It's better you manage your time than you going and using the application. I don't wanna say the application all is bad. No, for sure they have a reminder. They have a lot of opportunity, which is this one in the paper version doesn't have. if I change it to the application, yeah, sure, for sure, I'm gonna add those opportunities that the others have. But right now, this is just for your daily task. What concept you should consider on your daily task to understand which task should goes over another one.
Why we put the calendar at the beginning of the weekend and for parking lot for each month and for daily papers?
Okay. The annual look is the general view. Is your year. You can see so each month you have 2 birthdays, each month you have
It's for the fixed activity.
Yes, for the fixed activity, for the very specific activity is fixed. The parking lot, I add in the month of just the current look of that month because it depends to the user. Sometimes they want to know, they want to schedule their task or write it down the list of activity based on week. On week 1, I want to do this. On week 2, I want to do this. But at some point, you can write it down. Just a list. You don't need to consider this monthly look. Okay, it depends to the user. I just put it that if he wants to know the week 1 is starting when to when, week 2 is starting when. And also I put in free the month and the year. So it doesn't mean, so it's give the opportunity for the user. If he didn't use it, for example, this month, next month, he can start it from the 0 one, the first one. So it's not fixed January, February, March. It gives you the idea that you can start in whenever month that you want as the first month of your starting. And in the daily look, I added the current and the next month, but just for some user, they suggest me they want to know where they are now. And in some point, we want to migrate or just changing the task that we can finish it on the day. So we want to change it to the next day or another day, but we don't know which day. This is give you just until the next month to give you the idea what's the deadline or where you want to put it. If you want it more than the next month, you can go into the annual look and see for the next 2-3 months where you want to do that task.
We can't transfer them in the parking lot directly.
Yes, you can do it directly in the parking lot, but if you want to do it on that month. If you don't want to do it on that month, it's going to the parking lot of the next month. So it just give you the idea you want to put it in your parking lot in the current month, or you want to put it in the parking lot of your next month. Okay, just give you an example. Today is 5, so I have a time, so I'm going to put it here. So I saw my current month is free. I have maybe 2 appointments. It's okay, so I can do it. If I know any specific day, I can put it in 11. I'm going to the day 11, and I'm writing on my list 11. If I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm going to add it on my current parking lot.
Thank you.
Shima, your focus is more on time or on task?
No, how to prioritize your task.
So it's personal task management, it's not time management.
When
Is there any difference between these two concepts?
Yeah, based on what the Laura said in her presentation,
the time.
You don't need to save a bit of time just to. You don't build the lives that we want by saving time. You build the lives that we want, and then time saves itself. So you have your task. I put it the daily task, okay, the daily look. So I give you 7 concepts, which is help you to write in your list, control your list, prioritize it, and then at the end, when you're using all of them by the time, you solve that, you save the time, which is you have a reward for yourself. When you save the time, you're happy. So you have a time, you're giving the reward for yourself.
But
It's
we have
only
to,
about-
but we have to allocate a specific time for each task.
And that's the answer that I give it to Matilda. In some tasks, yes, if you know the estimate, you can estimate how long you wanna spend for that specific activity. You can say, for example, you go into the course, it's a specific 2 hours, 1.5 hours. So you have to write it in space, okay? But at some point, writing an article is a solo activity. You can estimate how long, how much, or how many hours you wanna spend for writing and finishing this article. That's the solo activity. So you're just writing and you're prioritizing, okay, this is very important. I have to start with this task. So you're starting, and when you finish or you know, okay, for today is enough based on your vision value, which is, for example, I want to submit it in 2 days. So I have to work all of my day. If it's in 2 months, so 2 hours for me is enough. I can go to the next.
Thank you.
Okay? You have any other question or suggestion? No? I give you the notebook. You can have it. It's my pleasure if you have it and use it. And anytime, if you have any other like improvement points that you think, if I change it, adding or remove it, it's okay. I accept them. Okay, just give me your idea and tell me, okay, I didn't understand this point, I didn't use it this point, so I don't need it. Okay, so each of you, it could be, I can count it each of you like 1,000,000 people, because if you have a specific problem or you have a specific misconnection with some point, which means that a lot of other people maybe they have the same problem or misconnection. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.